Hello everybody, my name is Anthem. Welcome to my very first Stormgate cast. If you're not actually familiar with the history of this channel, way back in 2010, Wings of Liberty had just come out, and little 14-year-old me, having watched a lot of other, StarCraft commentators during the beta, was like, this is what I want to do. So I did StarCraft 2 commentaries when I first started off this channel, and ever since I heard about Stormfront, made by the developers of StarCraft, Warcraft 3, other Blizzard people as well, I've kind of been interested in getting back into this, so I hope that you will indulge me here. It will be a scuffed video. Things are not going to be perfect, but I hope that you will bear with me. But up here in the red, in the top corner, playing as the Vanguard, we have SeanBarry. And down here playing as the Infernal, we have Techimon. And immediately going to be moving over here. I'm going to say this is probably going to be... It looks like it's going to be a conclave, which is going to allow them to get some Gauntlet and get some ranged units here. Now, what are these races? I mean, I'm going to be comparing a lot of this to StarCraft 2 StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2 analogies, because that's just mostly what I'm familiar with here. But Infernal, a little bit more like the Zerg. Vanguard, a little bit more like the Terran. And SeanBarry coming out here immediately with his Scout. And just doing a little bit of harassment. I mean, it's really just delaying this area mining, which is good. The dog, of course, will not actually be able to win this fight. I believe one-on-one between one imp and one scout, the dog will win. But of course, when you have this two-on-one, it's not going to really... It's not going to get the kill. But again, it is delaying the mining. That's really what you want to see here. And the dog is going to be able to get out quite nicely and not die, which I would say is a benefit for you. Now, SeanBarry, having his 4 workers, giving him a little bit of an overcharge. And presumably he's going to be going over here for the expansion. And the overcharge, it's almost kind of like a chrono boost from StarCraft 2. It allows for some faster construction. These bobs, the workers here, will be able to get up their expansion. So I like seeing a fast economic play. I'm not good at it, because every single time I've tried it, it just causes me to get rushed. But... I guess if you have some good scouting here, it allows you to kind of see what's up. Now that he sees that he's got the Conclave, there's no actual enemy units out, he knows he can pretty safely take this expansion, which is nice. And of course, we do see that Techimon here is getting his expansion as well. And what are you going to be building? What's this next building? Okay, it looks like he's actually going for a second Conclave, so we'll probably be seeing, yes, a decent number of Gaunts here, which is kind of like our basic Infernal ranged units. It allows them to kind of zone out the scout, right? This scout is not going to be coming back into the space to, see what's happening. At least not at the moment. We've got our barracks up here for SeanBarry. Now, we don't really know exactly what everybody's strategy is going to be, at least at this time. Now, I believe it looks like this is going to be a tower here. Just for some nice defense. This is probably going to be a meat farm. It's going to allow them to get more supplies, which is going to be quite nice just to build stuff. Now, presumably, this is going to be a sentry post, because this is going to be a nice area to defend. Obviously, it's going to be your main way in and out of your base. And I'm going to say he's probably going to be moving his way towards this Lutamite patch. Now, I do like just calling it golden ore. I don't know if anybody else does this, or if this is just me. I just feel like that's just a simple way, right? This looks like gold. This looks like just generic ore. I feel like that's a good way to kind of name things here. But maybe, again, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But he's going to get his Lancer. He's probably going to station his Lancer into the sentry post. I think he's going to be taking a space, which I think makes sense. It is a little bit more tricky to defend. I think if you want to take a third, I'd probably go here. You do need to cut down these trees with your workers. But this is just more defensible, right? You got the small ramp as opposed to, like, all of this. Like, this is a very large area to defend. Like, he's already building up a second sentry post. Probably going to put a second Lancer in there. It's just a big area that has to be defended. I mean, it does get you close to this health camp, which could be okay. But, yeah, as you can see here, actually, Techimon has cut down these trees, which will allow him to get this base. I think it's just better. And, of course, you do have an extra ore patch here, as opposed to maybe having to take this one. I mean, that's really all you can do. You either go for this ore, or you just take this base. And I think this is just going to be better for you. So, yeah, so he's going to go for a quick third base. I'm very, very happy to see it. We can see, of course, SeanBarry. I mean, it really seems like we're going for a very economical game here. Now, SeanBarry, he is building his command post on an angle, as you can see here. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I don't believe I am, you want to be building your command post or your shrines here on 90-degree angles. Because if you remember from trigonometry class, this is a larger... this takes longer than just going like this or like this. Like, the diagonal really is what you want to try to be avoiding at all cost. I mean, neither of his bases are actually a perfect 90-degree angles, but that's okay. So you got some Lancers here. What do we have? So it looks like we're going... He's really just going to go for a ton of Conclaves. So we're going to be seeing, I would say, quite a bit of Gaunts here. I mean, he's actually got like already a pretty large army. He's got a couple of Fiends that he's probably took from some creeps around here. Yeah, you can see he took some resources. Probably just going to take all of them on his way over, which I think just makes sense. Now, he might lose a Fiend. Oh, okay, it was a close one. But he does get a third one here. And now you might lose... Okay, a little bit sloppy, losing 2 Fiends. I think you definitely could have avoided that if you just attack with just the Gaunts, but that's fine. And we got another defensive tower over here. So I would say Techimon's position, I like it a little bit more. He's got more map presence. I think his bases are just a little bit better. They're better placed. And we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised maybe if we see Techimon actually just trying to maybe mine out this back. Because this whole area... If you can mine out a couple of these trees, you can probably just like get a little sneaky attack in here. Now, are you... It's kind of hard to tell what this is, to be honest. We do got a little house here. He's got 3 barracks. He's getting up a good number of Lancers, I would say. It looks like he's researching something. I'm assuming it's going to be the Lancer upgrade. You can't really tell. The way that replays are right now in Stormgate, I think it's basically impossible to see... any information. Of course, we don't see supplies, we don't see how many resources they have. We can't even, you know, click to see what they're researching or what the upgrades are. So we kind of just have to guess. Now, he does have his level 2 command post here, which I think is the command center? Central command? Something like that. And have you gotten your second upgrade? It's... Okay, you have. It is a little bit more difficult to tell. It's not like seeing... you know, hatchery, lair, hive in StarCraft, which is very easy to kind of tell which one you're looking at, which is kind of one of my issues right now in Stormgate. Is I can't tell if this is level 1 or level 2 on first glance, and I think it's actually even worse for Vanguard. Like, they have like a little flag here. I guess that's how you can tell, but I don't know. It's just difficult. We do see a foundry out here, so we're going to be getting some vehicles. And we're going to have a little grinder here, which is going to allow you to get some more ore at a decent rate. Now, he does have a sentry post. This does defend a little bit, but a base sentry post with nobody in it, it is not very effective. I think it's actually, just garbage. Like, it doesn't really do anything at all. So he's got a very big Lancer army. He's got 1 Exo as well. So I'm going to assume that he got his upgrade here. And actually, we have a sentry post in here with a Exo. So that'll be useful against any air units. I think it does an area defect blast as well, which is quite nice. And we do see the upgrades on our houses, which are going to give us a nice production boost here. Now, replays, I think they are also a little scuffed. Especially if you skip around. Do not skip around in your replay. It will not work out well for you. Okay, there we go. So he's gotten his, if you don't know actually, if you can upgrade your houses to have these little orange things on them, it allows you to do a 25% boost on production or on research, depending on where you want to use it. He's putting it on both of his foundries. He's going to be able to get a lot of these Vulcans out, which is quite nice. Now, I don't know if the Vulcans are really that great of a unit, to be quite honest. I've never seen them be used, at least in my own games, extremely effectively. Like, I think just having a bunch of Exos is better, but, you know, what do I know? I'm liking Techimon's army more. He's getting an extra base. Going to be able to get some more gold here, which is quite nice. And it looks like he's going to go with a double tower as well. He definitely doesn't want this to collapse. It has been a more passive game. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought we'd maybe see a little bit more action here. But, you know, Techimon, he has built himself a very, very nice defense position. Okay, SeanBarry coming in here with a vision camp. Quite nice. It allows him to kind of see everything in this area. So he knows exactly what he's going to kind of be dealing with here. He's got some very, very tanky front guys in the front line, getting these guys pulled in. And I think he did do an energy shield. That's going to give you basically 1,000 free HP on these units. Very, very nice to see. Allows this Vulcan to live. But yeah, like this is just, I think, a very, very strong army. Like, we're getting these giant tanks, which I don't remember. I can't recall off the top of my head what their name is. But getting these guys in the front to tank allows them to also, I think they have like the ability, kind of like the Viper in StarCraft 2, which allows you to pull units into it. And the Gaunts will just basically decimate anything that kind of gets dragged into this big ball. Now, the Vision Camp is going to get denied, so SeanBarry is not going to be able to see anything. And it looks like he's actually replaced his Lancer in his barracks with a Medic, which does provide like a passive area effect healing, which I think is quite nice. One thing I actually do really like about Stormgate right now, especially for Vanguard, is the versatility of the bunkers, right? You can put any type of infantry, including Bobs, into them. Dogs can go in there. The scouts allow you to get like a nice vision boost. Scouts will allow you to do, I think, free repairs on buildings and mechanical units. Medics, of course, put them in there. You're able to just do a little bit of area effect healing. All of this is quite nice. And yes, okay, it's going to be, if it is what I thought it was going to be, he is going to come down here and smash down these trees. Or maybe not. I mean, God, he's got so fucking many of these large lads. I wouldn't actually mind popping this health flower as well, because I do see some of his units have been a little bit weakened. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. You're walking by anyway. You might as well take it, but... So we're at 5 barracks, 2 foundries. I'm kind of thinking, because what about, yeah, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4 bases here for Techimon. Wouldn't be surprised he's going to take his 5th base here. I mean, actually, he has no workers on this base yet either, so I'm not too sure exactly what that's about. But we do, okay, we have a big engagement here. The Lancers are holding on to this quite nicely. They do have their upgrade here, which is going to give them a little bit more versatility, which will be quite nice. I mean, it looks like the Lancers, they're actually pushing their way through. The these guys are just getting completely stuck behind these trees. Very, very sad for them. And that was actually a steamroll. I think SeanBarry, I should say, actually can probably just go and maybe just walk across the map. Definitely kill this base. If not, okay, he does have like 1 tower, and he's got a good army coming in here reinforce. He might be able to take out this base, put a little bit of pressure here. Okay, no, he's gonna pull back, get some more HP on this. I think that makes sense. And he does have a science vessel. I don't remember what again. I don't remember the name. There's a lot of new units in Stormgate. I don't remember the name of all of them. But he's got a nice science vessel here. Science vessel. I don't know if he has the upgrade for it. Again, I don't think there's a way for me to actually even tell. Base thing he can do is he can launch initial enemy units, which will reduce their vision, their attack speed, and movement speed, I believe. And then he's got another... You can upgrade him. Gives a passive to movement speed, which I think it does look like he has. These guys do seem like they're moving at a pretty fast rate. And then they can be upgraded again at that point. Gives them kind of a Dark Swarm, in which units in a certain area take half damage against ranged units. Not, you know, as crazy as Dark Swarm, which was just like invincible units for like 45 seconds or whatever it may be. Okay, we are going to get a push in here. A lot of Lancers, a lot of, I think they're Vulcans. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm liking the push. I think you might need to pull back a little bit. I mean, the Gaunts, they are a little squishy for sure. Especially if they don't have the backup of the more tanky units. I mean, that's kind of an issue in any RTS game. If you play an RTS game, you know, your quick, fast, light units, they love, more than anything, to run out in front of all your tanks and get slaughtered if you're not paying attention well enough. Okay, but this is looking good. I actually don't know whose position I favor more. I mean, I'm liking this army. I'm liking this army composition that we were seeing from Sean from Red here. You know, a lot of Lancers, getting our Vulcans in the back. Now the Vulcans, their only upgrade is the dash ability. I don't know how good the dash really is. I mean, it allows you to kind of get units out of combat, which of course is nice. Also, these two guys are... Does powering another house do anything? I don't believe it does. I think these are just, or does it give you more supply, maybe? I actually don't know. I got a feeling this doesn't do anything, though. Okay, so you got a lot of houses in the back. We're getting more foundries. He's basically trying to explode his Vanguard accounts. His Vulcan count, I should say. Yeah, looks like he's got a Bob in here. It's going to allow you to do some passive repairs. Very, very nice to see. I mean, look like, okay, so he is replacing a lot of his gaunts with these brutes. And he's got a couple of these, I think they're called Hellbound units, which currently have, they're very, very tough to play against. They're very expensive. They're like 250, 200, 8 supply each. They are very, very, very expensive. But they also do crazy damage if you can get the hits off. And we got a couple of these Stampeders here as well. Be very, very good against the Vanguards. Okay. I mean, he's getting his resource camps. Which, I mean, is just a little bit of passive income. No reason to ever say no to some passive income. Doesn't pay any interest, but, you know, maybe one day. Ooh, okay, are you going to be able to deny these, or are they going to get canceled? Okay, they are getting killed off, so that is not going to be a nice refund for Techimon here. And the game is chugging around a little bit, but that's okay. The Vanguards are all getting stuck on this ramp, which again is why I said I think this is like a little bit of a nicer base than what. It's also extremely loud. I apologize for that. I mean, there's a lot of Vulcans. The Vulcans are putting out some serious damage here. The Lancer, that basically it looks like been mostly wiped out. Okay, and there's actually a little bit of a conga line over here, getting a little bit stuck, but that's okay. I'm liking a SimCity. Kind of funnels units through, but it's also going to get his own units stuck in here, which is also not great. And you know what? I'm liking this build. I'm liking this build. Maybe it's got to be something I need to try out next time I play. But yeah, this is going to get denied. You're going to get killed off. And like, what do you have back here? I mean, this has been defended to fucking hell and back. Like, this is not going to collapse. But yeah. With the pushing, with the takeout, with this base gone, this base basically being denied. And let's see, is he mined out? He's not, he's mined out of ore here, but that's about it. But with that, it looks like our game is going to be over. Unfortunately, there's no way to tell when the replay ends. It just kind of stops. But there we go. I think that is going to be our... I hope you enjoyed at least. And I do actually like the strategy that we got here. The Heavy Lancer for tanking and the Vanguard and the Vulcans behind for a lot of DPS, I think is quite nice. Ideas that I need to take for myself. But again, I hope you enjoyed this first commentary. I hope it wasn't too bad. I hope it was okay. But anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good day and goodbye.